Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Pro or Not, where we invite professional Overwatch coaches to analyze gameplay and see whether they can differentiate between pro and normal players. Today we have Coach Spilo. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, my name is Spilo. I'm a former Overwatch League and Contenders coach, now going into content creation and private coaching. And today we're going to be looking at, looks like to be Reinhardt play. So we're on Esperanca, and I do not know the rank of this player, and I'm going to try and guess that just based off the play that we see, or whether this player is, I guess, a pro or not. Don't love that Firestrike either. I think it was fine if it had hit, but it didn't hit. That one was close, doesn't quite hit. That Firestrike is really strange. That one just hit a brick wall. Firestrike doesn't quite hit there. Definitely not looking great with the Firestrike mechanic specifically. Again, on that one right there, like, it does hit the Doomfist, but you have to be really careful. Like, Firestrike is a low cooldown, and you have two of them. However, I don't think that means you should just be spamming them without any thought. It's something that you shouldn't be saving, of course, but you should try and make sure that it gets maximal impact either when the fight starts, maybe the targets that you're hitting. And right now, I think we're missing some of that game sense, and we're definitely missing the mechanics as well. There's a KROW on our right side, and I don't like this. So we're gonna drop the cart, but there's no real rush to drop cart. We're now in a team fight scenario, or like a team fight's happening, and we've kind of given up their high ground to their Sojourn and their KROW, when we could have just walked in the KROW, walked in the Sojourn, and just forced them out. That Firestrike misses again. This is like classic Overwatch 1, for lack of a better term, Reinhardt play, where they don't really understand space or angles. They just kind of push the cart or stay in main and hope that their teammates win their fights, you know? And I think that's like a really lazy thing to do, especially when you consider like the enemy composition. Like, look at that. They got a Doomfist, they got KROW, they got a Sojourn. Fights are going on all over the place on flanks and angles, and our Reinhardt just sitting in main. That's unfortunate. I don't think it's necessarily a bad play. You know, an ult for an ult there. If he hits it, the Doom is dead, or forces a Suzu, so a solo shatter is fine. But I am going to notice that I'm not loving this sound barrier. I'm really not loving this Blizzard on a Doomfist with abilities. The Mei should know this if she's anywhere near a top rank. So I don't know, maybe matchmaking is so bad. Maybe this Mei is like, you know, Diamond Plat playing with a pro. But this is not looking like a very high-end lobby, I'll put it that way. I don't love that Firestrike. That second one was just a little bit lazy. I don't think we could realistically hit that one. I don't even think that's a mechanics thing. I just think it was stupid to try. Okay. And this is where we really need to clear that top. Clear that top. That Ana has to go. Yes. That's a great wall. That was a great wall. Yeah. And that's what we wanted to see, right? Last little bit was some pretty decent Reinhardt play in terms of like our decision making. We don't do it very smoothly. We're not hitting the fire strikes. We're not moving smoothly. We're not blocking the burst damage. We're not blocking the CC. So mechanically not good, although we were making good decisions there towards the end. So 408. We're gonna press play. Uh-oh, goofed up that charge.
He is missing a lot of charges.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we call mechanics, right? Like, people think mechanics is just, like, clicking with your mouse, like, maybe, like, Firestrike. But it's so much more than that. It's, like, understanding how to use the 45 diag with your Reinhardt to extend the range. It's about using your jump charges, like, aiming your shatters properly, using your shields at proper times to block key cooldowns. It's just moving your hero about the map smoothly. I think it's worth at least quickly going up top as Reinhardt, clearing out that Doomfist, clearing out that KROW, establishing that high ground for my team, and then dropping the robot to push it again. Let's see what we do. Looks like we're doing that, but it's, yeah, this is good, this is really good. You know, there's nobody there, but it's like, it's just the seatbelt, right? Just make doubly sure, you never know, and more often than not, there's gonna be somebody there. Oh, huge fuck Chinoon. One huge. Their Doomfist is not going to be able to like push Robot by himself into our comp. Looks like we might be third person peeking there. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. Look at this. There you go. And now we can just chase the Ashe. We don't even care about Robot now. That was really nice. Now Doomfist might actually die. Ooh, he gets ult. Oh no. Oh no. I love the intention though. One kill here and this fight's over. Now we get the cast. Nice Firestrike. Yeah, I mean, that was it. Exactly there. Main takeaways for me is I like the play here. I think we have some macro understanding, some strategic understanding of Reinhardt. However, the Firestrike accuracy is a little bit concerning. The inconsistency with which we're doing some of these things is concerning as well.
Then if you had to guess what rank this lobby is.
Oh man, this is the Overwatch 2 trap. I don't know anymore. I'll give it a guess, but I really don't know anymore. I would guess low masters, high diamond. But something like this E, for example, in particular, doesn't actually clunks off the wall. Even if this E hits, and it hits right behind the corner, what does it actually provide? Can our Hanzo, can our Baptiste, can our Ana, can even our Genji right now actually follow up off of that? Did they get anything out of it? And the answer is no. So it's a long cooldown to use for something like that. So I'm a little concerned. You also really need to be careful with Ana cooldowns right there. Like that's a theoretical kill right now. We might just die. Yeah. I'm looking at the top left here, and I'm thinking my Genji's in, and we are gonna beat a diva who's just gonna run away from us anyway. I mean, look, like what was that? Right? She's just better at that. And again, you can kind of see like the shield usage, like 350 here. Like I think we're using it to avoid getting slept. I think a real pro here would know that I don't really, first off, I have cover, I can play around Sleep Dart. But also, even if I do get slept here, it's not gonna matter. There's nobody in the enemy team there to follow up. They're gonna have to walk through a choke to, run on me. And then I'm just gonna press my Nemesis form and survive anyway. So again, it feels like we just kind of use our cooldowns for the sake of using them. Oh goodness, she just misses it. And this is what we talked about, like where it's like a skill check on the enemy backline. And right now we're just capitalizing off of the enemy's team's misplays, and not because we're playing it well ourselves. But to be a little bit positive though, I do like the targets that we're focusing. We were very disappointed with the amount of diva focus earlier. However, since then, we've done a much better job focusing on the right. That's really helped us out a lot. E doesn't only have to be used to set up your ability to punch on them. E can also be used to set up your ability to shoot on them and put out more pressure. Now, if we're honest with ourselves, 9 times out of 10, this E on the backline isn't really going to get kills. I like this pressure. Like, our team is definitely here to follow up. We're not wasting the cooldown, either our shield or our E. Our team is here, maybe not on top of us, but taking angles around this area. So I like this. This is good. Yeah, and you can see, like, whenever we're doing well, whenever we're winning fights, I could definitely blame it on bad support play.
Supports. Right. Yeah.
right. However, those are also the times when we're able to actually get onto a target that isn't diva. The problem with that isn't just the fact that we're not very good in the tank trade. The other problem is as well, we're turning our backs to the real threats in the battlefield. Where's the Ana right now? Where's the Widowmaker right now? And the latter, not being able to answer that question, is why we actually die. The diva isn't what kills us. Our attention to diva is what kills us. And that's the big problem here. The problem comes when we stop doing that and start focusing on diva. There isn't any way to outplay a diva. You don't do that. You don't win the matchup. And not only that, as we saw, it turns your attention towards the things that really kill you. So I don't like the fact that we used our boosters there either. Yeah, see, the Widow's she just doesn't move, so she's cooked. All right, let's see what HP we got. So again, it's like the right idea, but just not executed very well. We don't juggle our matrix well. We don't juggle our cover well. Our micro missiles are not executed well. I don't know. Like I said, I'm fairly confident that this is not a pro player, but pro player off-rolling, yeah, that could definitely I could definitely see that. I don't know though. The mechanics haven't been amazing on really any hero we've been playing, so I would be surprised. Even a player that doesn't have a lot of experience on Diva or Matcha or Ryan, I think would have done a slightly better job on the mechanical side of things. So I would go as far to say the last couple of fights have been just a little bit unfortunate, but obviously the fights leading up to that, way too much time spent in the tank trade. Not a great job scouting and controlling enemy aggression, and then even staggering ourselves the 2 fights ago, which really. But yeah, I don't think this player is pro, but there are some things that the player is doing that are reasonable with the heroes they're playing. Yeah, I'm fixing to be crushed. Yes, please.
Okay, this player was not pro. I'm just kidding. He was pro.
No way!
This
No way! Who is
this is a
this?
player. He played for the Overwatch League.
Oh no!
He is a tank player.
No!
He's a main tank player who played for the Philadelphia Fusion.
Is it the ball guy?
The Philadelphia
Belisariya.
Fusion.
Oh, Belisariya! Oh my gosh! Oh, see, you know what? Okay, that makes sense because I'm sitting here like, there's no way. Now, not an OTP, certainly not, but definitely more of a specialist. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, he's has the most hours on ball, I believe, and then his second should be Winston.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that makes me feel bad, but also makes me feel a little bit better, I guess, that it's not just like your typical tank player here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so the low masters was definitely maybe a little bit too low, but I'm not gonna back down from the overall impression of the heroes that we saw was not good. Definitely not good. I mean, there's definitely some game sense involved. Like we definitely understood the game, but how to get value, like I mean, I think the Ramatra in particular was a little bit shocking. But you know what? New hero, right? So we'll cut some slack. Belisariya needs to get on the Firestrike Kovac, and then I think we're good to go. But yeah, that's actually crazy.